The topic addressed on the Cutting Edge book is referring to the famous inventors of the world. Leonardo da Vinci is considered one of the greatest inventors in the history of mankind, but his invention only took effect after a long time. He was born in Vinci, Republic of Florence on April 15 of 452 and died in Bois in France in 519. Many of Leonardo's ideas were far ahead of their time. Da Vinci was fascinated by human flight and designed a parachute as a way possible for people to float through the air after a fall. With its unusual pyramidal shape and wooden structure made it way much safer than and more effective model than what had been thought before. As we already have seen, in case of the helicopter, Leonardo was fascinated in obtaining the ways to make the man fly. For this reason, he invented what is called an ornithopter. Those who know the work Duna by Frank Herbert will find the familiar name. A kind of airplane that flaps its wings to fly. In it, a system of gears and pulleys transformed the movement of a crank in the flapping of the wings, all inspired by birds and bats. It is difficult to convince Leonardo that he has such impassiveness with these types of inventions, but a prototype quite different from a battle tank is one of the most famous inventions of the Italian. It was a structure like a pointing tortoise shell that was moved by a force of 8 men. In addition of providing protection for the displacement of people, 36 firearms aimed at all sides of the vehicle, which would a lot of damage in war. A curiosity of the design of the Leonardo's war tank had an acceptable error for someone of his level. If it were built as in plan, the vehicle would be unable to move by turning its wheels back and forward. Da Vinci drew sketches and diagrams of his inventions, but in some cases he lost interest in building them. In others, he never managed to convince one of the patrons to finance his construction. That is, almost none of his inventions registered by Da Vinci saw the light of the day during his life, and as he never published his notebooks, his invention would only come to know long after his death.